Record-breaking numbers, a ticking time bomb in the heart of the global economy. For years, we've been warned about a debt bubble. But now, the data is in and it's official. The American consumer, the engine of the world's economy, is leveraged to the absolute limit. This isn't just a warning anymore. It's a full-blown crisis in the making. Welcome to the burst of the American debt bubble. Welcome back to Global Arena. Today, we're diving into a story that isn't getting enough mainstream attention, but has the potential to trigger an economic contraction more severe than many anticipate. We're talking about the unprecedented levels of household debt in the United States. The numbers just released paint a dangerous and undeniable picture. The total is a staggering $18.6 trillion. Let that number sink in. That's the combined debt of millions of American households. And it's not just the total that's alarming, it's the breakdown and the terrifying speed at which it's growing. Well, let's break down this $18.6 trillion crisis piece by piece. Every single category is at a record high, signaling a systemic, not a temporary problem. First, mortgages. $13.1 trillion, a record high. While home ownership is a goal, this massive number is inflated by years of soaring housing prices, meaning people have taken on larger and larger loans to get on the property ladder. Second, auto loans. $1.7 trillion, another record. With car prices skyrocketing, Americans are committing to longer and more expensive monthly payments, stretching their budgets thin. Third, student loans. $1.7 trillion. A well-known crisis that continues to burden an entire generation, limiting their ability to save, invest, or buy homes. And finally, the most alarming of all, credit card debt. $1.2 trillion. This is a record that should send shivers down your spine. Why? Because this debt has exploded by a shocking 50% since 2020 alone. So how do we know this bubble is starting to burst? We look for the canary in the coal mine. And right now, that canary is the subprime auto loan market. The latest data shows that delinquency rates for these high-risk auto loans have just hit a record 6.1%. What does this mean? It means that a growing number of Americans at the financial margins are now failing to make their car payments. This is often the first sign of severe consumer stress. When people can't even pay for their car, an essential asset for work in the U.S., it indicates that their financial buffers are completely gone. And the conclusion from this data is inescapable. This is not just a series of poor individual choices. This is a structural debt problem. For years, the gap between wage growth and the soaring cost of living, from inflation at the grocery store and gas pump to hyperinflation in housing and automotive markets, has been widening. To bridge this gap, the average American household has turned to one thing: credit. They are using debt not for luxuries, but for essentials. They are leveraging their future to pay for their present. They are quite literally maxed out. So what does this mean for the world? The American consumer has been the bedrock of the global economy for decades. When they stop spending, the entire world feels the ripple effects. When the next economic shock hits, whether it's a recession, a new geopolitical crisis, or sustained high interest rates, this massive debt bubble won't just deflate, it could violently pop. Consumers with no savings and maxed out credit will have no choice but to slash their spending dramatically. This could trigger an economic contraction deeper and more severe than many current models predict. That's not speculation. It's a fact based on the numbers we see today. The warning signs are all here. The question is anyone listening? What do you think? Is the American debt crisis the biggest threat to the global economy in 2024? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, do us a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to Global Arena, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next update. We cut through the noise to bring you the facts that matter. Thanks for watching. Until next time.